Hey everybody, Max here. It's been a long time since I've done a video post, so I wanted to get back on the horse and talk about lean processes, and not necessarily the definition of lean. I want to start talking specifically about really smart lean companies. And to demonstrate that, I have two things here. I have Cheez-Its and I have Doritos. Something I do quite frequently is I walk around with my eyes pretty wide open to different marketing tactics and things of that nature. And I saw, let me start with the Cheez-Its first. I saw the Cheez-It box ever since, the whole Great Depression, part two has started. Cheez-Its were lean enough, their processes were lean enough to start creating a smaller box. They shrunk down the box, and now there's the whole marketing tactic of, most of the time they create big boxes and then only half fill them to occupy more visual space on the shelf, and hopefully would entice buyers, things of that nature. But times get rough. Let's shrink down the packaging to the size that it actually should be. That's a great application of a smart lean company, which is eliminate waste if you can. However, this is how most people think of lean, is getting smaller and better and faster and cheaper. This is not necessarily lean. It is lean, it's good lean, but let me demonstrate some really great lean techniques. And that is with Doritos. Now, I don't know if they did this on purpose, I don't know if they just got lucky, but from my perspective, it's brilliant lean manufacturing. Now, I think that they actually did make the bag slightly bigger now, but previously it was, 20% more chips, blah, blah, blah. And it was in the same normal sized bag, but it was just packed plump full. It didn't have the normal air and whatnot that is. So the point is let's hypothetically say that Doritos did this on purpose from a lean processing standpoint. That they said, all right, here's the deal. We've calculated out how much it would cost for us to, let's say, modify our machines to create smaller bags or bigger bags or something of that nature. Let's say smaller bags like Cheez-Its. That, hey, it's going to cost us $500,000 to modify all of our machines, another $500,000 to change the processes. And then we calculate that the savings that we'll gain on different, sized bags would be in about 6 to 8 months we'd start seeing a positive ROI, or a return on investment, of actually changing that particular bag size. Okay, that's how we think about lean processes, because we're very ingrained with industry standards of manufacturing cars and things of that nature. For a lot of us, the first introduction into lean that we got was the book The Toyota Way. However, lean is not about getting smarter and better and faster. It's about having the mentality of measuring absolutely every single thing and calculating the end ROI of whether or not it is beneficial for you to modify that piece of the process. So let's say that Doritos said, okay, you know what? It's going to take us $1 million to change over all of these machines and change the process just to change the bag size so we could maybe skimp a couple pennies here and there. How about we leverage this as a marketing tactic whenever all of our competitors are downsizing their boxes and things of that nature? We actually add value to the current offerings that we have now. So yes, it does cost us an extra penny to put some more chips in the bag, but we're saving money by not changing over all of the machines. And on top of that, now we're actually have a better marketing positioning compared to Cheez-Its, because we're occupying still the same number of space. Hey, let's enlarge the chip size on the bag so that it even looks bigger than that, and let's provide more value add to the end customer, hopefully driving sales. Now that's part of lean manufacturing as well, is hopefully bringing down the cost of your manufacturing to increase sales. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is doing something, or I should maybe take that as a very terse statement and maybe broaden it to a little bit more coarse-grained, that's just do something to increase sales that has a positive return on investment. So I guess my point being is that I'm going to put down the Doritos there. My point being with software companies, for example, a lot of them are trying to get lean and mean, and they're trying to crank out software as fast as possible and things of that nature. Well, in such turbulent times, maybe a real lean company needs to sit back and say, okay, well, I agree, we need to become more lean and mean in creating software faster and better, but that's going to take time and money to do, which is something that we may not have right now when a lot of companies are playing the survival game. So the question that you can ask then is, from a lean perspective, is there anything that I can do right now with what I have to provide more value or shift the features that I'm attempting to into benefits of the end customer? So let me give you a very concrete example. So let's say I'm a software company and I can no longer afford to keep on the number of developers that I previously had. Is there something that I can do to shift from such, hey, look, feature, so you get all those bullet marks on the next version of the product, and instead shift that into something that's actually cheaper, but you're still providing the number of same benefits to the end customer for that release. So say, okay, it's going to be cheaper for us to shift that to be 3 feature development bullet points and 6 QA development bullet points of saying, hey, we increase stability in this and increase stability in this. And those are what is actually cheaper to manufacture within your organization. So I hope I'm really clicking here, because this is kind of at least even in my head a little bit of a far out thought. But the point being is that a lot of people take the word lean and really internalize that as really eliminating waste, and really that is the only, what is considered the only forward movement within lean organizations. And what I'm saying is insanely smart lean organizations take that in conjunction with the measurability of their process and make even wiser decisions about their marketplace, about their marketability, and not necessarily are always concerned about creating the best product faster. They're willing to make some of those trade-offs, knowing that the world isn't flat in terms of time to market. That, by looking at some of these other variables in a measurable lean way, we may be able to be more advantageous even though we aren't the quickest company to market. So I hope I hit you square in the eyes with that one. If I lost you, feel free to comment, and I'll try to explain more below. Thanks.